Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video we're just going to go through the hope tree and after the reset what I've got into it. As you can see, I've still got one reset left and there is another reset in 8 days time as well. So let me just show you what I have done with my hope tree. So first things first, the seasonal modes bonuses. As you can see here, I've not done any of the surrounding seasonal bonuses for the Seraphic Ruins. And the reason for that is primarily because I've already completed the Seraphic Ruins. So as you can see, I've got the infinity symbol on the different different challenges here, which means I've completed all of them, which means I no longer need to effectively I no longer need to complete any of these. As you can see, I've got 3 left and my highest record is 6. Now if we go into trial, my actual bonuses for this would be 0. So the healing dependency, all damage greatly reduced. If we have a look at my seasonal bonuses in the hope tree, where have you gone? I think it's this one. The heal rate of all allies by 50%. This is the one that you need in order to complete the other Seraphic Ruins challenge. But if we go into here and have a look, I've already done a couple of sweeps on this one, or many sweeps actually. But if I sweep again, I still get the 6% because I've already done a sweep on it. So that's the first tip that I'm going to give you. I've completed those sweeps and now I can just go ahead and continue sweeping using all of the currency that I have available to get as far as I can down this path specifically. So you don't need, if you've completed all of the Seraphic Ruins, you do not need this outer ring, which is why I've been able to go up to 320% attack, defense and max HP of all allies in World Arena. And then Foggy Coliseum I've done up to level 3. Potentially I can do up to level 4 if I reset, but I've also done Clash Domain Enhance, so increase the attack, defense and max HP of all allies by 320% in here. And that is primarily so that I get a lot of victories in Clash Domain, because I've found that is primarily where you get the most of the yellow or the yellow beads that you need to level up the hope tree. The final one I've done is the Dragon War, and the reason that I did the Dragon War is because if we go into it here, jump into Clash Domain, if it'll load, and then we jump into Dragon War. As you can see here, I can't do it at the moment, but the way that the maths works out, if you get the maximum, so if you get, I think it's 8 teams in total, you only need to do 2 sweeps because you've got the 8 teams for the Dragon War, and that will give you a total of, it's 5% per sweep, so 40%. So you do 40, 40, and then 20. The reason that I've done it up to, I've only gone 1 level deep in it, is because you only need 4 sweeps then, effectively, to get the damage that you need. And if you go above that, so if you go to 1 of 4, so you get plus 2 teams, you still need to do 4 sweeps. And if you go to plus 3 teams, that's when you only need to do 3 sweeps. And then if you go above that to level 4, you still need to do 3 sweeps. So really 4 or 3 sweeps is the maximum that you'll need to do in the Dragon War if you invest in it, which is why I've gone for those during my or for my hope tree build. Now, next thing, Mystifiers. I have completely and utterly invested everything that I could into Mystifiers this season, specifically Bone Corruption. When dealing corrode damage, Mystifiers synergy mates deal an additional 5% of max HP, not exceeding 1000% of their attack. This here has got me through, so far it's got me through a lot of the Rift Odyssey stages, and I suspect it will get me through a lot of the Hell stages as well, so just something to keep in mind. I've maxed out energy on all of them at the bottom, so as you can see, 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5, so on and so forth, because energy is super important. Now if we just jump back into Mystifiers, the other one I've got is the Banish skill, so we go up to 5 rounds and we go up to Ascension, 400 Ascension, allies gain Ascension for 3 rounds. This is achieved very, very quickly. Now I've got proof of Mystifiers here. I have proof of Ethereals here, and as you can see, I've maxed out these two in the Hope Tree for Ethereals, Grace of Shadow, and Grace of Divine as well. So the maximum number of attack boost, defense boost, and HP boost stacks is increased by 30. This is really important for Elisha. And when energy reaches 300, all allies gain 3 stacks of attack boost, defense boost, and HP boost. Very good. I also include Lily and Leah on my Ethereals team because it's a very powerful synergy. This is really important. Every 10 energy increases the dodge of allies by 15%. So if you get up to 100 energy, you effectively have a 150% dodge chance. I believe that's how it works. And each dodge consumes 50 energy. All allies cast an ultimate after dodge, dealing damage and applying stun for 1 round. So very important. I think personally, it's super important for you to get this one. Grace of Shadow, and as you can see, proof of Ethereals as well. I've also put 1 into this just so that my Ethereal synergy mates have a chance to stun when they attack. As well as the freeze mechanic that's been put into this season as well. Really, really important. Now, Glorians, I've only invested in one side of Glorians. As you can see, I've got the energy down here, but there is really no Glorians which do summons. They don't summon any units. So I've not put any stock into this one. And so I can't really do this. So I have to take an action. Glorian synergy mates have a 10% chance of purifying 10 stacks of debuff. This would be good, but you do need to go through Grace of Summoners, and I'm not investing in Summoners for Glorians. Now, Grace of Hunters, very different. This I've got up to the max level. I don't think you really need it up to the max level, but 150% of healing received is converted up to defense and up to 250 million additional defense and attack as well. So effectively, the more you heal, the higher your stats will go. And that also leads me to proof of Glorians as well. I think proof of Glorians and proof of Mystifiers are the 2 that you really need this season. In PvP specifically, and also in PvE. These 2 really going to cement you. Now, well, Valianters, I've not invested altogether too much in. I have gone the full whack for Grace of Soul Eaters, and that's primarily because of Atrops. So if you put Atrops in this back slot, in the middle back slot, she will give that additional 300%. So effectively having 600% attack increase is very, very powerful, especially in PvE modes. PvP, it's a little bit different because the banish skill exists, and she's very likely to get stolen. It is what it is. She's super likely to get stolen, but what can you do? It is what it is this season, which is why I've not invested in Proof of Valianters this season. I have got the energy increase, and I have got the Grace of Enigmas at level 1, just to have the chance to steal an enemy for 2 rounds. That's it. As you can see, it doesn't really increase the more you increase it. I think it will do, you know, the further into it you go. But for me, Valianters, just not the way. And another reason why I've invested in Grace of Soul Eaters is primarily because they buffed it in the most recent patch. Dooms, I've completely invested in. So as you can see, reflect rate of Dooms is 320%. That is really, really strong in PvP. It's not as strong in PvE, but this one consumes 100 energy to deal damage equal to 50% of max HP to all enemies. This damage caps at 300% of the team's average attack. Removes shield and holy shield effects from enemies. This, really, really strong. That last bit removes shield and holy shield effects from enemies. That's the reason that I got it up. Now, Grace of Doomstayers, as the name suggests, when an ally is attacked, consumes 50 energy to deal damage equal to 50% of the lost HP to all enemies. The 100% chance to dispel all buffs from each enemy, and a 100% chance to remove all debuffs from each ally. So when this goes off, you consume 50 energy, and you get the removal of the buffs and the debuffs. Really, really strong. in my opinion anyway. It's really, really strong. And the reason for that is because Corrode is a debuff, and that gets removed with thanks to Grace of Dooms as well. Final one. This is, again, I don't think this is the Avengers are very good this season specifically because of this Grace of Astrals. Now the Grace of Astrals, what this does, summons your Astral Dragon, but that kind of nerfs 2 units, Janna and Aphrodite, the 2 strongest units on the Avengers team, in my opinion anyway. 2 strongest get nerfed completely by Grace of Astrals. And the reason for that is because in the 6th slot where this dragon appears, that's where your first stranger appears. So Janna doesn't proc nearly as often, she doesn't build up nearly as fast, and therefore she dies very quickly. Aphrodite also, when she procs, if you've got Grace of Astrals, she will not steal an enemy unit, so she's been debuffed effectively this season, which I think is a good thing. I think the way that her gameplay is, it's very toxic. I don't enjoy it, and I'm not going to enjoy next season when she is no longer nerfed by this Grace of Astrals. I think they're going to change this up completely next season. I think they're going to switch loads of stuff around based on the feedback, based on the stats, based on the win rates of particular units and particular teams. I think they're going to switch all of this up. Now, Grace of Elysians. The reason that I've gone with Grace of Elysians is primarily so that I can get a Valianters and Avengers combo. So that back middle slot is going to be so strong. So strong. With thanks to Grace of Elysians and Grace of Enigmas as well. I have also got this, after taking action, Avengers synergy mates restore 5% of max HP, just because I am using Avengers in PvP, but again, it's not something that I think you should really invest in. It's okay, but you shouldn't really be using Avengers this season. Avengers and Valianters are just low tier this season. I think things, like I said, are going to change next season, and we're going to see a lot more of the Avengers and lots more of the Valianters as well. Still got energy up, but no proof of Avengers either. I haven't invested anything in any of these trees, Thornbinders or Glacians. This season, for me, it's just not worth it. I mean, you can invest all you want in these, and you can even get proof of Glacians and proof of Thornbinders as well, but I found it's just not really necessary, especially given all of the other perks that are available. So that's my hope tree after reset. Something that I do want to point out as well, and Azuz, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to show this, but if we have a look here, just something that I've noticed in a lot of matches. As you can see, you've got Azuz's first team. You've got Janna, Aphrodite, Nerissa, Althea, and Eloin. Now, I get the thinking behind this is the Phantom synergy, absolutely, and I think it's a very good team. I just don't think it's a very good team this season because Avengers, again, I don't rate Avengers this season. What I need to point out is that having just one of any particular unit will not equate to getting the buffs and the seasonal perks for that synergy. So having just Eloin on this team will not give Grace of Shadows, and will not give the other Grace as well. It will not give any energy for this season. So having just one synergy or one unit from a particular synergy on your team will not grant any further bonuses this season. I need to make that as clear as possible because I've seen it in a lot of people's lineups, is that they've included just one of a particular synergy, and the logic behind it, I think, is that they'll get the buffs, but they don't. And it's just something that I need to point out. I've seen it in loads of different matches throughout World Arena. Hey, we changed places. Very good. I just gained a place just by doing nothing. Just something to keep in mind as well with your World Arena. As you can see, I've got 24 out of 35 challenges left. I've actually already spent 20 yesterday, 20 attempts yesterday, just to get challenges done for the guild stuff. So guild over here, guild challenge. As you can see, I'm currently in progress for World Arena. Complete a challenge in the World Arena and reach 6,000 points. I literally just need to complete one more thing for that, and I'll be leveled up. And what that means is going to rewards. As you can see, I need to complete this, or the challenge quest here. So I need to get 40 World Arena victories. I'll probably get that tonight. I'll be doing another video on here in the challenger mode, trying to get up to supremacy, see whether or not I can. I have reached supremacy. I was at rank 7 before, and I wanted to do another video on that while I was in supremacy, but if we go down here, one sec, you'll see my team kept losing very, very dramatically. As you can see here, I lost quite a number of matches, and it's because I didn't set my teams up properly. So when you get to Challenger 1, your team switch to having 9. You need 9 teams filled, I think, or 8. No, it's 9 teams filled, or 8 teams filled, something like that. And unfortunately, I didn't set my teams, my defensive lineup correctly, and I still had 1 unit from a particular synergy on my teams, and it just completely failed, which is why I lost so much. And it might be the reason why you're losing if you have just 1 unit on a particular synergy. So yeah, that's it from me. Let me know what you guys think of the hope tree. Where do you think you're going to go with this hope tree as well? Is there anything that I'm missing from this hope tree? Let me know down below in the comments. If you've not already, please do like and subscribe. Really appreciate it, and you have a great day.